Hi, this is James from Tabletop Gaming Guild, and today we're going to take a look at Steam Battalions. This game is going to be a 2 to 4 player game. Now, if you get this box set on here, it's a 2-player game because you get 2 decks in it, but you can get 2 more decks in the future or 2 of these and make it a 4-player game. Now, this game is published, or you can get it on Game Crafter, and games take about like 30 minutes to play. So let's go ahead down the table here. I'll give you a general idea how the game plays, and then I'll come back and I'll give you my final thoughts. Okay, so this is Steam Battalions. Steam Battalions, you're going to be able to get these 2 decks. If you get this pretty much starter set from Game Crafters, you can also buy the decks separately. So you can get up to 4 players in the game, but the base game itself is set up for 2 players. You're going to get a 65 card deck in each of these, and you're going to use those 65 card decks to produce a 40 card deck. Now, there's several different rules that you can follow for deck creation, but basically you're going to be down to the 40 cards. These armory cards, you're going to set them aside. These cards here you actually gain if you lose one of your main character, or one of your characters you put out to fight. You can get that up to 3 times. So for deck construction, you're just limited down to 5 double power cards, which come with the starter set of 65 cards and 1 Spyborg. Other than that, you can create whatever you want, so you can get down to your 40 card deck. There's going to be these main cards here, and they're going to have different factions and different things that happen with them, and there's going to be different levels that we're going to go over here. Or you can have your like medic balloons. If you have that, it just heals 5 and removes all conditions from any unit. Power cards here are going to be used to power up these cards, which I'll show you in a second. And you have your tech cards, which you can place these tech cards down, and they do different, whatever they say on here, like add +2 damage per attack or other things. Basically, these guys are going to be like your add-ons and stuff to your cards. So let's go over anatomy of a card real quick. So if we look at the anatomy of this card here, you're going to see that the card's going to have an armor rating. So basically this is the health. This is going to be the level. So this is a level 2. You can't actually place this guy down. You're going to have to find the air gunner and upgrade it to this level 2. Over on the right here, you're going to find the attack, which is going to be this red. Those are the basic stats on each of these cards. So there's up to 3 levels on here. You're going to need a lot of level 1 cards, because when you create these decks, you're going to shuffle them up. So you have your 40 card deck. You're going to make sure these armory cards are out separately. Okay, so they're out available separately. And we're just going to set these aside because we're just going to do like an example game, and I'll shuffle these in or out whenever, just to show. So you're going to draw 8 cards, and I know this is cheating, but I'm going to put some of these in there. And so I'm going to have my 8 card hand here. Now if I flip this over, I am looking for level 1 cards, and I can set down all my level 1 cards. I did a really bad doing this because I have level 2s and 3s, but I can set down my level 1 cards. We'll put a couple more so I get them all down. So let's say I got a couple airships out, and this is my trench. Actually, we're going to start with, you start with your trench. I'm getting ahead of myself. Once you have that, and both players have that, the game will start, and each player is going to pick 1 champion to place out. Now, if you didn't have any level 1 cards in your starting hand, you can discard your hand and draw 8 more. If you don't have any level 1 cards in that hand, you lose the game. So you should have constructed your deck a little bit better. You shouldn't have all like level up cards. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to take turns, and you're going to try to knock out each of the opponent's champions that they pushed forward. And you're going to try to knock out 7. First person to knock out 7 wins. So what you're going to do is you're going to need to pick your champion. You're going to need to put energy cards, which are these guys, underneath that champion to power them up. And you can only play 1 power card per turn, so you have to decide whether you're going to do that with that card or one of the ones in your trench. You can also level up your cards. So I can now make my air gunner from my level 1, I can move it up to now a level 2, so it becomes a little bit more powerful. And then I can attack, so I will actually just apply the amount of damage that's on here to the opponent. Sometimes there's effects, sometimes there's other stuff. If I exceed their health, that opponent's character is knocked out, and I will then get a point. Once I do that 7 times, I win. If your character gets knocked out, you get to draw one of these cards, and you also have to push a new unit forward to be your new champion for the round. This will continue until, like I said, someone has knocked out 7 of the opponent's champions. That person wins, and the game ends. All right, let's go ahead back up to the table here, and I'll give you my final thoughts on Steam Battalions. All right, so Steam Battalions. This game plays very, very similar to Pokemon. So if you have played the Pokemon CCG before, you're going to be very familiar with how this game plays. A lot of the same core elements are going to be the same ideas in this game and here. There's a couple things that change it up a little bit, but in general that's going to be the idea. I also really appreciate in this game that I don't have to purchase a ton of cards, so it's not CCG. All the cards that I need to customize my deck are in that 65 or 60, what is it, 65? In the deck. So I can go down to a 40 card deck, and I can make, like, if I want to make it with a specific faction or if I want to make it with a mix, I totally can. I also like the Pokemon CCG, and I liked how that played, and I like how this plays too. I like having to add the energy on there, how to decide which one you're going to take from your trench up and fight with, how much you're going to invest in leveling these things up. Now I will say this game is actually maybe slightly easier to level up your different combatants. I like that a lot. I like that there's only the 3 cards that you can pick up, and you actually get them when you lose your combats. Really fun theme too. I mean, this might not be for everyone, but I do like the steampunk theme, and I like the art. It really is an enduring art, which is nice for me. So if you're looking for a game where you're going to do, I think this game is best 2 players, but if you're going to look for a card dueling game that is easy to teach and great for people coming off of like Pokemon or whatnot, I would highly recommend checking out Steam Battalions. And that's my thoughts on that. Thank you for watching.